Clarence Waldron. Welcome back to Black Muse. Tonight's guest is Chicago singing sensation Gregory Stewart. Oh, he has a new album out called Back in Love. Back in Love. He has portrayed Philip Bailey of Earth, Wind and Fire, Eddie Kendricks of The Temptations, and he did the very, very great Nat King Cole in concert. He is certainly the man to watch. I can't wait to get started with him. Let's do it. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good, good,
Thank
good.
you so much for having me. I'm so happy to
Oh,
be here.
yeah, well, I'm excited. Let's start at the top with
Okay.
your new album, your first album, Back
Yeah.
in Love. Tell me
Yes.
about that. Tell me about
Yeah. Back in Love has been a 3 year long project, a very long time coming. I'm so grateful for all the work that has been put into it, and the people that's been a part of it. Back in Love is a album that is pretty much just about love. It's about the emotions of love, the roller coasters of love, the train ride, I guess you can say, of love, of the meeting the person, trying to see if this is the person for you, and then you start falling in love with this person, and then you start to want to go out and do things and just let's love have its way, and then you start seeing red flags, and problems start to happen, and then you get into a breakup, and then you find yourself falling back, falling back in love with this person. So it's just some experiences of my life. I wrote it with my partner, Amir Roberts, who helped me write, and we did a lot of creations with the vocal productions from Sean Williams. Aaron Day, a great musician out here, produced the majority of the album. Jackson Shepherd is on it. It's a love album, all from Chicago and from Chicago artists. So I'm just grateful to have it.
cool. Now, how
Yeah.
would you describe your sound, Gregory? What is your sound?
My sound, I feel like I have a old school sound, a soulful sound, and still with a nuance of today's sound. I grew up listening to old school music, so I just try to emulate powerful singing. And so I feel like I definitely touch on jazz, and I touch on R&B and pop, and even gospel. I've been blessed to be able to do a lot of things with this career that I'm in right now. Just singing everything, and I also do country. So just being able to just have that variety of genres under my belt to do, it's just been very beneficial. But I think my sound mainly is a soulful jazz, R&B, soulful sound for me. Yeah, that's just how I feel. I really love jazz, and I love my falsetto. I love falsetto singing, especially with artists like Eddie Kendricks and Philip Bailey, and you just hear these people with these beautiful falsettos, and I've always had it. And so I've definitely want to live up there as long as I can. So yeah, I do a lot of things. I do a lot of things with voice. Yeah.
Okay, now you mentioned old school is what you liked growing up. Who were your favorite singers by name?
I
Yeah.
can go down the list, the singers from the Whispers, and rest in peace to him.
Ooh,
I mean,
yeah.
like the Whispers, the Isley Brothers, Ron Isley, and my main artist that I truly, truly love was Luther Vandross for sure. I just feel like his arrangements and how he just performed a song and introduced a song in his own way, just shows a beautiful way of just performance, and the care of performance that he put into it. It's just like it's just mind-boggling what he has done. And so I will always love Luther Vandross, but I also love female singers. I've always listened to Whitney Houston and Aretha Franklin and Anita Baker and Shaka, Patty. Like I just love singers who know how to sing, but mainly singers who know how to perform and just show a true talent and a true love of performing. I feel like when you know a singer who can perform or who can sing just by their stage presence or what they do on stage, really.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
that's how we know these days.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, I heard several of your songs on Alexa yesterday.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I was surprised that Alexa was hip to you. You new Chicago guy. How did that come about? How did you get that arrangement or, with Alexa?
Oh, well, yeah. So I'm distributed with everything. So right now I went through a distribution company called Illustrate. I think it was Illustrate VIP. I want to say. I hope I'm getting it right. I think I am getting it right. I think I am. Don't quote me, but I think it is Illustrate.
Okay.
And it's a place where you can put your music on and it will be played everywhere. It's played on iTunes, it's played on Apple Music, it's played on Spotify, wherever you can find YouTube. You can do Alexa. If I do Hey Alexa right now, I'll put my music up. Like, it's everywhere. So you have that's the blessing of these distribution companies where you can just go ahead and distribute your money, your music and let them do the work and it's out there for everyone to hear.
Yeah. Now, today seems to be, well, it is a different time to get your music out there. It's very different now than it was 20 years ago, in terms of record companies and all that. So,
Mhm.
do you know the difference, or pretty much you just said it, I guess?
Well, yeah, I feel like, back in the day, it was so much, I wouldn't say it's so much easier, but you did have a lot of leeway to get in. I mean, especially when you think of Motown, right? You have the situation with everybody living in Detroit. Everybody can sing. Everybody had a talent. Okay.
Mhm.
But it was just, and they had this one location, Motown, where they can just come and create music. And you had to, it was by word of mouth. You can get word of mouth. Like the Temptations joined by, the first they were the Elgins, I believe, and then they just joined together with another group, and then they were friends, and then they went to Motown to audition. They became the Temptations as they are today. And then hear Diana Ross and how they came up, and it was just like they just came up in it. It was just so easy for them to be in it. Whereas I feel like in this day and age, in order for you to be in it, you have to have like a viral hit song where it's like they only want one good song. Like if you just got that one good song, you're on it. Prime example, Little Nas X had this one song, and yes, he came out with like a lot of music, prior to this probably, but I know that he had this one song, um, Old Country Road, or I think it was some cowboy song. Forgot the name of it, but that main song made him viral, and he became big, huge, and now he's like this big, iconic artist. And it was just like, I guess it's just different in the time where, you can create a song on the computer on your own by yourself, but you had to have a whole team back in the day with Motown to just bring you up together and bring you to that point of performance. Like, and you had to have the talent. You had to perform live.
Hmm.
That's the main thing. A lot of singers these days cannot perform live.
No.
Um, and so that's a huge difference. And I feel like everything is independent now. We know the truth of these record companies, and sometimes it's just hard to get in touch with these record companies that's not going to take advantage of you, and get you in these situations where you're locked in a contract and you have to do all this stuff and you're losing yourself trying to get this music out, but and what if you don't, what if the music doesn't hit, what if the music's not, like, it's just a lot of more pressure, I feel. So the music industry is a scary place to be in, but if you love it, you'll be all right.
If you love it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Now, you spent 2 years in Japan with a contract with Universal Studios, I believe. What was
Yes.
that about? How did you end up in Japan? Because you're from Chicago, South Side. Yes.
Right. I was in Japan because I auditioned for Universal Studios Japan. My friend Tila Robinson, who's a singer in Chicago, a gospel singer, um, she was the ones that told me, look, you are goofy, you are funny, and you can sing, and you have a great look. You need to go to Japan. You need to go to Universal Studios. Like you need to be on Disney, you need to do something. And this is when I was singing in the praise team together. We were singing in the praise team together at church at New Life, with Pastor John F. Hannah. And so she was like, you just need to go. And so, I was like, all right. I went and auditioned. And lo and behold, got there, did the audition, and I got the job. And did the first year, was great in the first year. It was a whole new world for me. Um, and I absolutely loved it because it was just something different, something new, but it was also a new challenge for me to just um do better in my performance and get in touch with my endurance, because I didn't know I was going to be singing 5 shows a day, 5 days a week
Ooh, ooh,
outside.
ooh, ooh,
Yeah. I
ooh.
mean, we're dancing and we're singing at the same time. So, but that taught me how to, to really have that endurance to perform. And now I can go ahead and sing a full set, 3 hours if I had to, straight, no break.
Mm.
Like it's just that type of training, those type of steps that I went through that just got me to the place where I am today.
So at what point did you come back to Chicago?
I came back into Chicago in 2020. Uh,
Oh,
I came
okay.
back in February 2020. Got a job because we were actually finding out that the not the pandemic, but we found out that the coronavirus was ruling because I was in Japan and everything was transferring from China to Japan because everybody was coming through the airports. And so everybody was getting sick and it started getting in Japan. I knew I got sick in Japan like around, I want to say it was like the new year of
Mm.
2019,
Mm.
2020. Got really sick to the point where I couldn't breathe through my nose, or I couldn't smell, couldn't taste,
Mm.
flu. I mean, I was just down bad. And so lo and behold, fast forward to February 2020, when we come home, I get a job March 16th, the date they tell us we have to hold because we're in a pandemic.
Yeah, yeah.
Shut down. So that's when everything hit the fan.
Everything hit the fan. Okay. Mm.
Yeah. And so,
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Okay. Now, describe the audiences in Japan. Are they the
Mhm.
same as audiences here in the States? Would you?
No, I would say this. We in Japan, they have their culture, especially the young children out there, they are very, very adamant and they're very passionate about people who are talented or who are performers or who are artists. Um, they idolize these people in a way, to the point where you have fans. So that's what they're called. Like they're called actual fans out there.
Hmm.
I know this for a fact because I remember there was a time when I was when I was out there, they will come to the every show, each show. I mean, 5 shows a day. They will come to each show for you. They will follow you to to the door and saying, waving like, okay, bye, bye. Like they will give you gifts. They will buy you. This one girl bought me a Coach Rock watch. I'm like, "Oh, that." I'm like, hey, like I mean, they are very, like they would take pictures of you and they would get into a lot of arguments with other fans on who's the biggest fan of this person. It's crazy. I had this one baby that dressed up like me. I gotta find that picture. I gotta frame it because it's the best picture I feel. But it's really different from, yes, out here there are some people who they love artists out here, and but I don't think it's to a point where they idolize. Yes, you have your strain, your small group of people who
Hmm.
possibly are very, very fanatic with these people, but it's not to a full number where like Japan is. Like, I feel like Japan is just a it's a big culture out there that idolizes artists.
Mm, mm. Now, was that where you recorded that song by Frankie Beverly? There's a YouTube video of you singing. Was that recorded in Japan?
That was when I was in Japan. Yes, I
Yes.
was. I think that was my birthday party, my birthday
Oh,
concert I did out
okay.
there. At
Okay.
Veronica's actually. So that
Got
was,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
got to go back and do something there.
Yes. So now let's talk about Nat King Cole.
Yes.
Obviously, you were a fan of his. I mean, you must have always admired the music of Nat King Cole. And how did you end up at City Winery in Chicago?
Hmm.
About that. Yeah.
Okay. So well, let's do City Winery first. How do I get to
Yes.
City Winery
Okay.
first?
Okay. Okay.
City Winery, I feel like I've had a lot of a good relationship with City Winery, and I've done a lot of shows there by just, first time doing those shows there was like doing background stuff. And then, I started to do some more shows of my own where I had my first concert there and I had a good crowd to come out. And then had my album, my Back in Love album concert there. And then I also do a lot of featuring shows where I featured with such as Calvin Rogers. I had his show out there. It was actually last month. And just do a lot of City Winery is one of my favorite spots to perform at. So hopefully I could go back, especially with doing some shows with Pure Soul. I did my Isley Brothers tribute show there.
Oh,
So that was a really good time. People really, really enjoyed that. So I would love to bring that back. But right now, I definitely do want to try to bring Nat King Cole to City Winery because I haven't done a Nat King Cole concert at City Winery. Um,
okay.
and something's been, nudging me in the back of my head, say, hey, you should really think about something, especially for like the winter time, to do something in honor for Nat King Cole. Because I do want to bring back my other production that we have
Oh,
done, and that was very
okay.
successful.
Yeah. So you just simply sang a few Nat King Cole songs.
Right.
Okay.
So we did my nonprofit, we did a production called Just One of Those Things and More, the Nat King Cole story. And that was held at Mercury Theater. And we it was a very successful show. We ran, I think we did like 10, I want to say 10 shows, 10, 15 shows.
Wow.
Um, and with those shows, we had a good crowd. And now I'm able to take this show, or just I was able to now perform some of the songs from the show to Canada and do a tour out there coming up this year, later on this year. So, it's Nat King Cole is definitely one of the people that I will definitely always want to um, feature and just always perform because the music alone is the best, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So who was your management company?
I don't have a management company.
Oh my God. Really?
I don't have a management company. No, sir. No,
Wow.
I do this all alone. I am grateful to be singing full time. I've been singing full time for 4 years now. I've been singing as lead with this band called Maggie Speaks, which is a international um, what's the word I want to say? We sing a lot of cover songs. I'm sorry, cover band, international cover band. And we do a lot of events, a lot of celebrity sit-ins. We had a show with Skip Martin from Kool and the Gang. We do a lot of shows with Rascal Flatts. We do a lot of things with a lot of artists. and I've been blessed to sing with them for 4 years, and some also I do with other bands as well, but mainly I just been singing 4 years for 4 years straight, 4 years.
Right.
Hmm.
Got it. And but you also portrayed Philip Bailey in the
Hmm.
Earth, Wind and Fire tribute at Jackie Taylor's theater. How
Hmm.
did you prepare for that role?
I shocked myself with that role because I didn't know that I could hit the note that he had to hit, that he hit.
Ooh,
Yes, I could go high, but we Philip Bailey has octaves. Like he is in his when he was much younger, I mean, he sang high with no problem, with no problem at all.
right.
Okay, so I had to figure out how to stretch that. And I stretch my voice to be able to get to that point. So my way of preparing was, just try to be active, try to work out, try to get active, and try to, stay in the gym and be active to keep my body slim because, he was really slim in those days. We were trying to portray him that time. But my vocal coach, he was telling me, in order for you to go high, you have to work your low. So and I'm telling you, the lower you go in your vocals, the higher you go.
I never knew that.
It's very strange. It's very strange, but that's just the way the vocal cords work.
Yeah.
You can work your chords. It's all about stretching. And so there's always just doing, a lot of scalings, going down, and then just trying to go up after that. And you'll see the difference of how high you can go. So I was able to sing songs like Fantasy and hit the notes like I mean, go up there. I mean, like, and so to be able to just like do the whistle and all that stuff, it's just I
Wow.
learned that because of my vocal coach. I'm so grateful for that show because I could definitely now do things that I didn't know that I could do.
Okay. Yeah.
No.
Was there a formal storyline to the show, or was it just simply like a concert of the Earth and the Fire? Did y'all just
So it was pretty much based around the creator of Earth, Wind and Fire, which was Maurice White. Um,
absolutely?
Maurice White is his life story. And so it was pretty much talk about how he was born, or not how he was born, but how he was raised, and Verdine White was his brother, and how he moved to Chicago, or moved to Chicago and then moved to LA, and then just all his journeys of becoming Earth, Wind, and Fire, finding the name and finding and having loss in his life to to gain certain things. It's just about life. But mainly about Maurice White's life, and how he created Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Philip Bailey, he was a gentleman from a different town. And he wasn't from Chicago. He wasn't, from the same city as Earth, Wind, and Fire, or as as Maurice White was. But he had a talent. The man sang like
Mm.
crazy. And so I was the one that just gave those little sparks. I feel that the show needed, especially with moments like fantasy and reasons, and just hitting those notes. It was a great moments, great moments.
Yeah. And also Eddie Kendricks of the Temptations. Now, that was in Hyde Park, wasn't it?
Yes, I was at High Park, the Penthouse.
Yes.
That was held by Vibe Music Live. My friend Michelle, she did an amazing job with this production. There were other artists. Pastor Ray Beatty was the host, along with Miss Teresa Griffin. And then we had the gentlemen that were as the Temptations were myself, Dennis. JMO, Willie, and Jason. I wish I had their last names, but we will definitely bring it back. We would love to bring it back for sure. They absolutely loved it. It was a great show. So yeah, we were. I played Eddie Kendricks, and it was a great time. Definitely love playing that role.
I missed everything. I missed
Yeah,
that one. I missed the other
yeah.
one.
I we gotta I we- you know I gotta get And this is why I need a management team. So if anybody is listening out there, I need a man. I
Yeah,
need it because it's serious. I need it for sure
yeah,
to get this information out to you all.
yeah, yeah. You know, a vocal coach was on our show here a few weeks ago, and she
Hmm.
said there's a difference between being talented and
Hmm.
having the skill set to do what you do, meaning discipline and character are equally important. How do
Hmm.
you react to that? Do you think that's the case?
Oh yeah. I've always go by this motto. Your talent can take you so far, but your personality can ruin it all.
Ooh, y'all, yeah,
If you go in there and you just have a terrible personality, you have a terrible attitude, and you're not nice to people, you're not kind to people who are working around the performance, because it's not all about you. We have to remember that it's not all about you. Everybody is doing a part within this production. So you have to show kindness, you have to be nice because you just don't know what people are going through. One. But that just shows a better person than you. And I feel like that just makes you perform better. Who wants to go on stage with an attitude?
okay,
I
okay,
don't,
yeah.
I don't want that. But I feel like you definitely have to have the discipline as well to endure this type of career. Singing weekly, traveling, everybody thinks it's all fun and games when you're going on these trips and oh, you're going to Mexico and yeah, I'm going to Mexico, yeah, but I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I got to go do this, that, and I got to go ahead and do sound check and I got to perform. I got to, there's a lot of stuff that goes in within it.
Yeah.
So it's sometimes it can be very taxing, but you have to it's important for you to have the knowledge of the correct singing so you don't lose your voice because you have artists here who are losing their voices and are getting nodules and are damaging their vocal cords. Why? Because they're not singing properly, you know? That's a very serious thing. We got to stop singing in this throat. We got to sing from the diaphragm,
Mm.
forward when you sing. So it's just like stuff like that, that I'm so blessed that I've been, knowledge on and been taught on. But you got to have the discipline to perform and to just put on a great show because once again, you came to entertain these people. These people came to see a show. They want to hear some great stuff, and you don't want to take advantage of that. And you just never know who's in the room as well.
Mm.
So do good by others, do good by yourself, and you'll do good on stage. I feel like that's how it always is.
Love it. So, what lessons have you learned during these last 5 years? Anything in particular that you've been taught?
These last 5 years have taught me a lot, I'll have to say.
Mm.
I'm 32 now, but I do know that I feel like I'm just getting better. I'm just getting better in time. And I am learning to know that at the end of the day, you have to know your worth within this industry. And you have to understand that people cannot take advantage of you in this industry. And that means money wise, that means attitude, that means, it's just you gotta really just be confident in yourself, know your worth, and know that you can always get to a place in life where you can get what you want. You can get what you want if you do right. If you just all you gotta do is just do right, do the right path, go right by the right path, and keep God first. But knowing that you are always coming to the stage prepared, always coming to the stage ready, always doing good on stage, always, you don't have no problems performing. I feel like if you have that down packed, there's so many places you can go. If you just understand the importance of performance and being on stage and just knowing that it's about the audience and just letting them have a good time. Because I feel like I do it because I love it. I'm at a point where I'm just doing it because this has always been a dream of mine to just sing for a living. Um, but I feel like that can easily be taken away. And so I have to be careful with
Mm,
how I treat myself, have to be careful with how I treat people, and know that, and I have to be careful with like how I treat my worth. I got to keep myself worthy, and I got to make sure that I'm taken care of. I'm taken care
yeah,
of.
yeah.
You got to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for you because at the end of the day, they're always going to need you. They're always
Mm,
going to need you.
I like that. I like that. So looking ahead, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Just in your little crystal ball or your hopes, your dreams. Where do
You
you see
know,
yourself?
That's a great question. I've been telling myself this every day. But in the next 5 years, I see myself running a very successful live studio showroom on the south side of Chicago, 212 East 79th Street to be exact. Um, we are in the process right now of um, getting the money to getting it funded so we can get it renovated and start the process. But it's a road. It's a long road. But I feel like with the right people and the right grants and the right connections, we'll get there. But I do see myself in the next 5 years running a live studio showroom for musicians and for artists to have a place where they can just come and do what they need to do to better their craft. I want to be able to give back to the city of Chicago for my musicians, especially on the south side of Chicago. There are not a lot of places on the south side of Chicago that has a music hub for us. We always have to go up north. We always have to go out south suburbs. Like there's nothing on the south. Like, and I'm sure there probably is, but I just haven't I haven't been able to see it. I haven't found it. I haven't found any. So I want to be able to be that person who has that spot or spots, multiple spots. I want to be able to just have places where people can just come and be musicians and and just give back to the community. And still perform, still do my performing with Nat King Cole, but I definitely want to do bigger productions. I want to travel. I want to do more traveling shows. I just want to just get out more. I feel like there's more for me for sure, especially with music and the variety of music that I can do. I feel like there's just so much more that I can do, and I see myself doing it all in the next 5 years.
So were you raised like near 79th Street?
My grandmother lived on 81st and King Drive,
Oh.
and we would always go over there. Um, we lived in Homewood. I went to school at Homewood Flossmoor High School, but we were always in the city. We were always involved in some type of city program. We went to first we went to Life Center Church with Pastor T.L. Barrett, and then we moved to with Pastor Joanne Long. So we were always in the city of Chicago with these churches with Pastor Joanne Long, and then Reverend Dr. Jeremiah A. Wright at Trinity United Church of Christ with
Mm,
Emeritus now, and now with Reverend Dr. Moss, and then we
mm.
we're still there, and then we moved a little bit to been with Reverend John F. Hannah for the past, I'd say almost 10 years, 10, 15 years now, I want to say. So always been a part of Chicago with, especially with social in Chicago, with Walt Whitman and a lot of programs in the city of Chicago. So we always were on the south side and we always owned that building right there on 79th Street. And so now it's just the time to finally do something with it. Um, And I thank God for my dad who passed away in '09, who got the building. If my mom and my dad got that building for us to do something. So now is the time to do it.
Wow. So
Mhm.
you keep mentioning the ministers and churches. So were
Mhm.
you raised in church, Gregory?
I was raised in church.
All right. All
I
right.
don't I don't want to say I'm a church boy. Everybody, I don't like that terminology. But I did go to church. I did go to church. I do go to church. I love the Lord, and the
Right.
Lord loves me. So yeah, I was raised in church. I was taught in the church how to sing. I feel like I was definitely taught, especially with Mr. Johnson at Trinity United Church of Christ. He taught us how to sing with the Mana Tume choir, youth choir, and we did a lot of just. I remember him just always hitting that belly, like sing the diaphragm, sing the diaphragm. So it was just
Mm.
memories of that. But I also got a lot of my training from singing in the praise team with Valencia Lacey um, uh, I'm sorry, at John F. Harris Church, New Life. But before New Life, I also had Aaron Gaines um, and sang at Trinity United Church of Christ as well with the praise team with Aaron Gaines, and we were called Tribe of Judah, and I sang with them for like 10 years. And I mean, that was like the first group that taught me how to like really sing gospel songs with a group and have like a tight harmony and know how to hear people and blend well and just really get the understanding of you're not singing alone. You got to sing as one. And I learned that a lot with Aaron Gaines and Tribe of Judah. And then I moved to Valencia Lacey, and she taught us how to sing from the heart and also be very poignant with singing on that mic with the person right next to you and just singing strictly from the heart. Honestly, that I learned that a lot from Valencia Lacey. But also learn a lot from Dr. Ali Watts Davis. I have to say, I've been blessed. I've been truly blessed with educators. Dr. Ali Watts Davis from um, Illinois Urbana-Champaign, University of Illinois Champaign. She was the choir director there of the Black Chorus, and
Mm.
I had the honor of singing with that choir when I went to school out there. And so it's just and have so many great educators. I'll never forget my mom told me the story of how my music teacher in my eighth grade, she was like saying, if you keep Gregory in school in music, you will have no problems. He will pass school. He will get through
Ah,
school. Keep
that
him
is
in
great.
music.
Yes.
And I've been in
And,
music ever since.
yeah. And you mentioned the college. Did you attend that college? Did you just
I
mention?
I attended Parkland, and then I did attended some courses in at University of Illinois Champaign. So yeah, I guess you can say I did both.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah.
Okay. Was music your major? I'm sure it was.
Yes. Music was definitely the major. It was an opportunity for me to, I mean, just singing with the choir. It gave me um a love. It brought joy right back into my heart again because I used to do it in high school with Viking choir at home with Flossmoor, and we went to France and England and were able to sing out there for 10 days. So like I
Mm.
had the joy of singing in a choral choir. So like I feel like I've been taught the true process of singing and correct singing from these teachers such as Michael Rugen from Homer Flossmoor and Dr. Ali Watts Davis and Miss Olson and just so many other people. It's just the list can go on. But I've been blessed with some great, phenomenal singers.
I always ask this question, so I'll ask you as well. Who inspired you? Who said you would be great? You made reference to it earlier, but anyone
Mm.
that you can say now formally?
I'll never forget my granny. She passed away back in, I want to say, 2010. But she always told me, she always let me know that I was going to make it. She always just like gave me that rear, that energy to just like keep going in music, keep singing. She used to be a singer, so She just knew that I had something in me. She would always say, at the events, y'all better look out for Gregory. He's gonna be something. You better, stuff like that. So, but alive today, I have to say my family is my inspiration. Those are the people that really inspire me, especially my mother. My dad passed away in '09. He had ALS. He was diagnosed in 2000 and he was diagnosed in 2018 and only had it for a year and passed away the following year, 2009 and 2009. I'm sorry, 2008 and then 2009, right? So only had it for a year, and I saw my mom like take care of him, saw my family struggle, saw my, just going through that whole situation of ALS was very um hurtful for the family, I have to say. So being able to put a smile on my face, invite my mama to come to my shows, and she'd have a good time. And then I'm taking her to places like, Hawaii to see me perform, and taking her to places like Japan to see me and do things like that. And then also now doing this project where with the Stewart Music Emporium, with our nonprofit, which is all about giving back to the community. I feel like that is my biggest inspiration, is to just really make her proud and make the Stewart family name proud and my dad's name proud. And that is just my biggest inspiration, really. It's not about me. It is about the people that are kind of going to be after me and the people that are around me.
Love it, love it. Tell me about, you made reference to it, the Stewart Music Emporium. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, so Stewart Music Emporium is a nonprofit. Me and my mother are co-founders of it. It is a nonprofit that pretty much helps young artists, young musicians um, get better in their crafts. We're going to be having a music hub. That's what I was talking about, 212 East 79th Street. We're trying to get that renovated. We are going to get it renovated. Um, and with the help of the city and with hopefully with other grants, this would be a place where musicians can come and help each other out. We want to be able to have a place where musicians, if they can't afford it, they can still have a place to rehearse. I want to be able to um, be a community service. Everything is not about money. And I love this quote from Quincy Jones. When you talk about money, you remove God out of the situation. We gotta help each other. And so and I know a lot of artists out there that's just struggling right now. And so I feel like I just want to be able to this nonprofit is just an opportunity for young artists to just have a place where they can come and create. They can also get healing from it by music therapy. Music is such a healing spiritual um, component in life that we just don't really think about too much. I feel like music is therapy for a lot of people. As soon as you put some music on, it changes your mood like that.
Yes, it does.
You put jazz on, like you're in a mellow mood. Like it just there's so many ways that music can transform your mind and different types of instruments. And I just feel like music is the key to a lot of mental illness, a lot of anger problems. I feel like it's just the key for a lot of situations that a lot of young
Mhm.
adults are facing these days. And so we will be able to have music therapy. We will have a place where you can do podcasts. You can do business anytime, anything that you want for your business by um if you wanted to have like commercial or shoot a commercial or shoot anything to better your career, we will have that for you. We will have a live room showroom where you can have a whole concert there. And you can also have a rehearsal space there, and we'll also have a live studio room in the back where you can have a videography work there, or you can also do live music there. So it's a big place where it will be very beneficial for the South Side area, especially the Chatham area, because that's where it's at. And I just want that place to be it will be the place for musicians to grow and give back to each other. That's what I want to continue to grow, to help out. Because I want to have, if downtown city Chicago can have the Taste of Chicago and have all these concerts on the street, I want to shut down 79th and have a music festival on the 79th. Why can't we? I just feel like we got to revitalize that community. And we got to bring it back to the South Side in
Yeah.
the areas that need it the most.
Okay. I can't believe our time is almost up.
Oh man, I know I
Yeah.
ramble. I'm so sorry for
No, no, no. You're good.
talking.
You're good. You're good. But tell me this before we go. Who was on your playlist? Who do you like a lot right now today?
That's so funny. Because I am singing, I'm in a cover band. We're always given tasks to sing multiple new songs.
Mm,
So we're always studying. But when I don't study, the songs I have to sing, like Beach Boys or stuff like that, um, I usually tend to listen to a lot of neo soul. I love D'Angelo. I love Angie Stone. Rest in peace.
mm,
Let Us See, Bilal, Jasmine Sullivan.
mm.
I tend to stay within the old school era, as well. I really love listening to great vocalists, great performance, great singing.
Yeah.
So anything on a record, a live record, I will listen to in a heartbeat. So anything live. But a lot of old school. I've been listening to a lot of stylistics,
Mm.
um, and a lot of um, getting into the who else was the artist I was just listening to? It goes by the name. Um, Rashawn Patterson. That's his name.
Oh,
Rashawn.
yes. Yes,
So
yes.
we listen to a lot of him as well. So it's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. I listen to everything, everything. A lot of jazz too, but it's just been a mixture of a lot of stuff.
Cool. What's next for you? Where else can we go out to see you? Any shows this summer coming up or
Yes.
fall? Or...
Yes.
Oh,
So I will actually be at Fox Point on Wednesday of August. Let me pull it up. August 20th, Wednesday nights. I'll be at Fox Point singing with Maggie Speaks. We'll be performing there. And I will also, am going to be getting ready to do this show. Um, in Canada. If anybody wants to go to Canada, come on out. I'll give you guys the dates soon. I was
okay.
thinking you guys can just
Okay.
follow me on Instagram, or Facebook, and that's where you can find all the information. You can follow me at Gregory Stewart Jr. underscore on Instagram and Gregory Stewart Jr. on Facebook, and you can find all the information there.
So, do you go by Junior professionally?
Um, I go by I go by Gregory Stewart Performance and then Gregory Stewart Jr. Personal.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it. Got
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else you want to share with us? Since we
Um,
got you here,
please
I'm very
go,
happy.
please go listen to my album Back in Love. You can find it everywhere. It is a lot of hard work, but it's great music, and I really, really hope you all enjoy it. And yeah, once again, just follow me on Instagram and on Facebook for more information and places where I'm going to be performing at. I really do hope I see you guys August 20th at Fox Point, though. That's really going to be a good time. It's a great, great outdoor event in Lansing. And yeah, I think you guys will have a good time with us. So yeah,
Oh,
thank you
cool,
so
cool.
much. I had a great time doing this.
This is nice. This is nice. But listen, before we go, I want to do a quick little shout out to
Okay.
Howard Sandifer and his wife, Darlene Sandifer. They are
Yes.
the founders of the Chicago West Community Music Center, a great school on the west side of Chicago. And this whole video podcast was their idea. They said, let's have lively conversations with interesting and exciting people
I
like
love it.
you.
I love
So
it.
thank you to them. And for the viewers, we're trying to get our numbers up. please click like and
Yeah.
subscribe. Come on now, please click like and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Thank
Yes.
you, and
Thank
thank you.
you. Thank you guys so much. And shout out to Doris for doing this for us.
Oh
Thank you.
yeah.